telling lies.
Let me in.
Hey, this is Toxic Ring Scandal, featuring TBK, the Turnbuckle King himself. Got a good one for you guys today. This is going to be a little bit different. We are talking about history here, revolutionary, something that really has been done that much, or we don't see much of in the industry of wrestling. What I'm talking about is how D-Generation X went from anti-authority to run all the brands within WWE. And what I mean is DS consists of the co-leaders and founders, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, going from being rebels to right now modern day executives. And I mean Triple H running creative for the main roster of WWE. And I'm talking about Shawn Michaels running the NXT brand. And I also will mention other factors. So get a seat at the locker room. I'm about to not drop dirty laundry. I'm going to drop some hurtful truth that may hurt your feelings if you're not a fan of DX. And we'll give you the history between Shawn Michaels and Triple H and the whole DX thing. So definitely, let's see who came into the locker room. Mr. Goodbread Reaction, salute. Margaron, salute to you, man. Thanks for coming out. With that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to talk about the history of how Triple H and Shawn Michaels got in this business. I really got their name up. And then let's talk about the history of what they've been going through. And let's talk about what they're doing now. Then and now. Salute to you, Margaron. I may have to get you a wrench, man. You support me on Red Carpet Ring and Toxic Ring Scandal. You are a double supporter, man. So thanks for supporting me, man. I appreciate all of it, man. But let's get into it. Let's talk about these guys. Now, before the famous DX, before all of that, it all really started with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Shawn Michaels and Triple H. We know that they're known for, like I said, we know they're known for D-Generation X. We know that. But before it got to all of that, it was a backstage group they was in. Never on screen so much, or at least not officially. But these guys started as the Clique. This is where Shawn Michaels and Triple H originally met each other. And the Clique are a backstage group of guys. Back in the 90s, they politically used their backstage power to manipulate or use their influence to help put themselves over, or people in that group over, or people associated with the Clique, but also put down others that were not with the Clique. Very controversial group in the 90s. As you see in the left corner, that's Triple H, a young Triple H. And next to him, Kevin Nash. Next to him, a young Shawn Michaels. We have Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, rest in peace. And then the last guy on the right is formerly the 1, 2, 3 Kid, also better known as X-Pac. Real name Sean Waltman. Now, these guys, like I said, a lot of people didn't like the Clique because they used a backstage power to influence, to put themselves over and not put people over. It was either used with the Clique or used against them. And a very, very controversial group. But these how these guys met each other. And as you can see, these guys they know each other for years. And this is them later on in years. This is at I believe the Hall of Fame induction of Scott Hall back in 2015. So like I said, this is how Shawn Michaels and Triple H originally met. I know Clique was wild back in the day. They were drinking, smoking, and Triple H was a designated driver for the group, because out of all the guys that you see in the picture, he is the one that was straight edge, that didn't drink and smoke. As we know, Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, and Scott Hall all did the drinking and smoking back in the day. So that's how these guys originally met. So that's a little backstory of how these guys really knew each other. Definitely. Chris Roof, salute to you. You say I like the NWO way more than DX. Yeah, NWO up there too. Definitely one of the top stables, no doubt about it. But like I said, it's some truths about DX. My opinion that some people may not like. So it's still, we could call it dirty laundry, but not so much dirty laundry. But meanwhile, let's get back to the main program. So this is how these guys really met each other. Now later on, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, it would just be those two. As we know that Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and X-Pac later went to WCW due to better opportunity for money, and then the whole curtain call, whole thing. As they were leaving, they broke kayfabe. They hugged each other, even though they were all rivals on stage, and Triple H took a lot of heat for it. Whole nother story, whole nother day. But it was mostly in WWE after 1996. Consistently, Shawn Michaels and Triple H for the most part. Now, let's talk about it. Now, later on, we will get the famous group we know. After the whole curtain call thing was done, we will get the group we know as the Generation X. Now, this is Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Now, we know that DX was formed in 1997. They helped start it. Triple H and Shawn Michaels were both co-leaders and founders of the stable. And they got this famous slogan, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. And it goes a little something like this.
Let's get ready to soak it!
So they used to come out to the ring and say stuff like that. They were known. They were very popular in the WWE. Sold a lot of merchandise. Had a lot of sayings. Very controversial. Words back in the 90s. Threatened. Even one point, Triple H told a story how they could be threatened to be taken off television at the USN Network. And USN Network asked DX to tone it down on their language. They had even a mock-up apology, which was funny. Very, very funny, guys. But they even helped kill, I ain't going to say destroy, end the Monday Night Wars. And the Monday Night Wars was WCW. And they even helped take down a famous stable that Chris Root mentioned. Sorry, Chris. NWO. Done. But DX weren't the only guys behind the Monday Night War. It was also, of course, we could talk about Stone Cold Rock, Undertaker, all of that. But DX played a major part in that. And what I mean by that, they even drove a tank to WCW. Can you imagine that? These guys had the guts, the gall to go down to drive to take to WCW, and come on, they had turf and talk trash to WCW. If you guys don't remember, Triple H, he said a couple stuff like this.
DX proudly shows the world that we're the only ones with the...
That was crazy. That was back in, I believe, 1998. But the tank was definitely something that talked about to this day. They talk about the tank, and I remember that this was after Shawn Michaels had his first retirement due to back injury. We know mostly Triple H took on for a while, but Shawn Michaels would come back from his back injury and resume in-ring competition later in 2002. Then they, had many runs after that. But like I said, these guys, later on, we know that it was, if you guys seen a photo there, it was Billy Gunn, X-Pac, as you saw earlier from the clip, China, rest in peace, and Road Dogg, Jesse James, who was previously with Jeff Jarrett. So that was the later group. But we know after later on, for the most consistent part, we know, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, DX was mostly Shawn Michaels and Triple H. It was mostly these two guys, D-Generation X. Mostly just those two for the most part. We know there are many incarnations of D-Generation X, but most of it was DX, Shawn Michaels and Triple H. And they did that up until Shawn Michaels' first retirement in 2010. Reunited in 2018 when Shawn Michaels came out of retirement for the tag team match against Brothers of Destruction, which is the team of Undertaker and the storyline brother Kane. They had a match at Crown Jewel. Lousy match. You know, even though they're my favorites, but definitely epic group. And let's see. Gilbert said DX the greatest group of all time. Horsemen, then the Freebirds. Gotta give it to you on that. I was thinking the same thing. Speaking of which, let's say his name. Triple H.
Because I am that damn good.
So yeah, see what else you guys have to say. Margaret said Curtain Call would definitely live in infamy. DX was really great for his time being jokesters on the mic and backing up in the ring. Absolutely. The tank was epic. Yes, it was. Great stuff. Yes. And yes, WCW closed the gate on them. Now, Eric Bischoff said in an interview that he would like to open the gate, but Ted Turner didn't want to go for that. You know. Also, when you come into the locker room, while I'm giving some knowledge, since we're at the vertical live for YouTube, hit the 3 dots in the right corner, and that's where you hit the like. Come on, we're at the locker room now. Get your seat. We got more. This is just the beginning. Anyway, let's get back to the main program. Now, DX, we know, had many incarnations. We know that these guys, they've been running it out for many, many years. DX is also known for being in many feuds as a stable, and they finally captured the tag team gold. And it was in 2009, and they defeated the team of Jericho, Big Show, and Chris Jericho. And for the first time ever, D-Generation X won the tag team championships. It was the only time they ever won the tag team championships as a stable tag team, whatever you want to call it. But anywho, these guys are epic group. There's no one like DX. I mean, DX it's just it. You know? These guys have went through a lot together and stable. They've done a lot. Told people to, suck it. They even had a crazy rivalry with Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon and Big Show. They definitely went through a lot. But like I said, good things don't last forever. As I stated earlier, and I'll mention it again, both of these guys are now retired. Triple H officially retired in 2022. He left his wrestling boots in the ring. Shawn Michaels retired first in 98, as I mentioned earlier, due to a back injury he suffered at the Royal Rumble 1998 against Undertaker while he was the WWE champion. He came back and he retired again in 2010. And then he returned in 2018 for the tag team match I mentioned earlier. 3 retirements altogether. So, but other than that, these guys had great careers and they were great in DX. One of my if not my favorite stable of all time. You had the shirts, you had the DX, you had the them with the Robert Vince McMahon being a very, very rude to authority. And Bret Hart's the one who coined the term degenerates, because it was Generation X. Bret Hart coined that term. Very foul, very rude, and funny antics, as Margaret mentioned earlier. Very, very funny and very entertaining. They was in 90s, 2000s, and sometimes in the 10s, early 10s. So these guys have been around forever as a stable. But like I said, that was then. That's then of what they did. That was all in the past. And like I said, all this is a then. All of this then. But we're going to head to currently today. Now, what do we mean by that? Now we have these guys are in suits now. These guys are corporate guys. They are in executive positions. I know some people may say, "Oh, that's because they're favorites. Oh, it's favoritism, nepotism." No, despite the fact these guys were former wrestlers, in-ring competitors, despite the Triple H's Vince McMahon's son-in-law, despite the fact that Shawn Michaels has a great relationship with Triple H, these guys still earn their positions, no matter how you slice it. That's just how it is. But right now, these guys are currently in the position they're in. They're corporate. And what do I mean by that? Let's talk about it. Triple H, he runs Raw and SmackDown, which is the main roster. Shawn Michaels runs NXT. He runs NXT brand. We know that much. And also Road Dogg. Now that's a little key nugget. He has some involvement with creative as well. Yes, he does. He is running live events. He's executive vice president of live events. But other than that, these guys have come a long way and they're doing a pretty good job at it. And while I say that, we gotta first give thanks to Triple H and Shawn Michaels and others how great the job they've been doing. Awesome job.
And I'm awesome!
So they've been doing an awesome job, to say the least. Very awesome job of what they've been doing. Now, Triple H first was in the NXT. He did what Shawn Michaels is doing now. Triple H, he originally started, let me take it back for you. Now, Triple H, he went from senior consultant. He went from being a consultant first. He went from consultant. That's how he started. And then he went to being executive later on. And the thing of what it is, he did his thing. And what I mean by that, he worked his way up. Triple H worked his way up. He was a senior advisor. Let me go back. He was not senior consultant at first, but he was a senior advisor. And this was back in 2010 when he started doing this. But the thing about it is, he didn't just walk in the door and be an executive. He had to literally be a student of the game. That's what he does. He is the game for a reason. Don't hate the game, hate the player. And he plays the game very, very well. Now, he was a senior advisor at 2010. Now, he did that for a couple of years when he got into his corporate position. Thing about it is, he started out like that. Like I said, despite him being connected to Vince McMahon, I know the haters gonna say that, but he worked his way up. Gotta give him his due. Like I said, he was senior advisor at first. He worked his way back to stage because he said in an interview that Vince McMahon told him he gonna get a real job, and that's what he wanted him there. But he worked his way. Then later on, he became an executive. And what I mean by that, he became executive. He worked his way to be running NXT. The whole performance center that we see today, he started that. That was his idea, not Vince McMahon's, his. Like I said, he went for executive senior advisor. He had his own office. Then he was named executive vice president of talent and live events in 2011. And then later in 2013, his title was elevated to executive vice president of talent of live events and creative. This is when he started to work on the storylines. And he was with WWE's creative team. 2013, that's 11 years ago. And he was still a part-time wrestler because, like I say, he didn't retire in 2022. He earned a combined salary, I think it was $1.5 million from his front office job and a wrestler. Think about it. He was doing front office duty and part-time wrestler. That's not an easy task to do. And then he started owning WWE stock. And then 2020, recently, 4 years ago, he was named WWE Executive Vice President of Global Talent Strategy and Development. That's where he saw over the talent development department and served as Senior Vice CEO for Talent Strategy. Like I said, he started NXT. Now, we know that Vince McMahon started NXT, but it was a reality show, aka trash. Let's be real. And Triple H, he helped take over, I think 2012, when it was taken seriously, and really elevated in 2014. He founded and he executive produced it, and he was running the whole NXT show. But he had got sick. Remember, Triple H had a heart attack, pretty much, and people thought he wasn't going to make it. And that's when Shawn Michaels started to take over temporarily. We knew that when it was temporarily, that Shawn Michaels was going to eventually run the whole NXT thing. The whole NXT 2.0, he wasn't part of that anymore. But he definitely worked his way up, you know. Margaret Ron says, shout out to Triple H and HBK turning Raw, SmackDown, NXT for what it is now. Yes, definitely. But yeah, he worked his way up. And, you know, then I know in 2022, he went from Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. And then we know later on with the whole Hush scandal with Vince McMahon, he got promoted again to the head of WWE Creative. So look at all the positions I mentioned. He went from the very beginning to executive, a senior advisor, all the way to head of creative. So he definitely worked his way up. He did not get there on a silver platter. And see, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to encounter people saying Triple H is this, is that. Let's see. Let's highlight what the naysayers is going to say about Triple H. Jerry Grenader, if I said your name right. Oh, please, Triple H is always will be a snake. A snake? How? He helped. Oh, man. See, this is what I was talking about. I knew someone was going to say something about Triple H. It's just a lot of people don't like Triple H for what people forget that, you know, he's putting the past behind him. He said, wait till his skeletons come out the closet. Even though I personally have experienced this questionable behavior, if this guy's lacking his boots, he stopped begging there about Triple HGH. Come on now. Come on, Jerry. I mean, if you guys haven't paid my Triple H, you put out there, I'm cool with that. But let's talk. Are we gonna ignore the fact that Triple H literally took NXT and rose it up? And remember, before WWE, you know, especially the main roster, got to where it's at, we can all agree that Raw and SmackDown back in early 2010s up to when Triple H took over, that it was junk. It was not good quality. You guys don't remember the days when Vince McMahon would rip up a script 2-3 hours before a show. He ripped it up like 5 times, and we had bad product of Raw and SmackDown. It got to the point where Triple H, who ran NXT, people would rather watch that alone, including myself, rather than the main roster, because it was so trash. And now he's doing the same work he did on NXT to the main roster, and now they're setting records. So, like I said, people are going to be people saying what they're going to say about Triple H, hating on the game. Like I said before, don't hate the player, hate the game. You know, this is spoken truth here. You know, and he's putting in the work. He earned his spot. You know, because Vince McMahon was not cutting it anymore. He just wasn't. Jerry, separate the cats from the person. Please tell him that, good bread. We understand Triple H beat your superheroes as a character, but Paul Saber Wrestling, that is definitely knowledge right there. Knowledge drop.
Because I am that damn good.
Yes, and that's the same man right there that said that too, by the way. Triple H the game. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying before, Triple H started in 2010 in the whole creative process in a corporate role. And look where he's at right now, 2024. So what I'm saying is this man has been involved with WWE corporate position for the past 14 years. Like I said, he did not get here, walk in the door, and just got handed a corporate position. He worked his way up. And like I said, salute to Triple H for doing that, because I know that takes a lot of work. And he survived Vince McMahon's nonsense in that era. He's still here. He's still here. I know so many people want him out, saying like Jerry said, he got skeletons in his closet. I know they want him gone. I know they want all of that. But the thing about it is, Triple H is here to stay, and I don't think he's going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Not at all. Not at all. He's going to be here. Yep, he's going to stay here. So the streak is not over. It continues. Streak is not over. Streak is still continuing. So that's what I'm saying. He's done a lot. He's done a lot, you know. And he has earned everything he has. All the credit, he's earned it. And I gotta give him one of these. You deserve it. And we saw the praise he got at the WWE Hall of Fame weekend by Paul Heyman at WrestleMania 40. They gave him his flowers from Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes, his wife Stephanie McMahon. He deserved it. He truly deserved it. He truly deserved it. He truly deserved everything he got. Definitely. So, you know, definitely these guys, he worked his way up, definitely worked his way up. And like I said, he's been great with these storylines, and I just love what he's been doing. Now, like I said, let's take the microscope off Triple H for a second. There's a DX, not the Triple H. But let's talk about another one. Now, we could talk about Triple H started as an advisor. Let's talk about HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He went from trainer to executive. Now, we could do a backstory on him in just a second. This year, WrestleMania 40 was booked like a 2016 takeover. Yep, I agree. It was smooth. I liked that it was so smooth the way WrestleMania 40 was ran. A lot of monkey wrenches thrown his way. I wouldn't trust Bruce as far as I could throw him. For those who don't know who Wilbur is referring to, he's referring to Mr. Bruce Pritchard, who's also involved in WWE corporate, unfortunately. And he's one of Vince McMahon's guys. Go figure, right? But we are going to talk about Shawn Michaels, his elevation right now. Now, Shawn Michaels, back in 2016, he became a trainer at the WWE Performance Center. Now, it says too that later on in 2018, he was officially working as a writer and producer for NXT brand and show, and he worked under Triple H, who was under at the time. So he's working under his boy Triple H. Now, this is where I mentioned earlier where Triple H got sick in 2021, had health issues, and he was forced to take time off, had to take a leave of absence. I mentioned that Shawn Michaels had to take over and run things. And when that did happen, because he had a cardiac incident, and I'm so glad Triple H is still here with us. But anyway, Shawn Michaels was in the role of Vice President of Talent Development, and he took over responsibility of running NXT shows. Then, later on September 2022, a year later, his job title was confirmed as Senior Vice President of Talent Development Creative, and he was responsible for both creative and development in NXT and the expansion of NXT UK, which was transitioned over to NXT Europe in 2023. So that's currently the position Shawn Michaels holds, Senior Vice President of Talent Development Creative. And response, I don't know when, speaking of NXT Europe, I don't know if they're going to ever launch that, but I heard them talk about it maybe 5-6 months ago, how they still plan on doing it. But since with the whole acquisition of Endeavor and the whole TKO, WWE, UFC being bought out by Endeavor, I don't think that's going to happen, because I still haven't heard anything about NXT Europe. And my thing with NXT Europe, what would they do with that? How would they book that? How would they have time to run it on television? Would it be on, would it be on a WWE Peacock? Will it be on, a channel? I don't know how that would be on television. Because NXT Europe is an upgrade for NXT UK, and all those people went over to NXT. So I don't know how that's going to work. But I will say this: Triple H, he did go to the main roster when he came back when he was well. Shawn Michaels stayed with NXT. He's doing it now, and he's been doing a phenomenal job with NXT. NXT, we can safely say, is back to original black and gold days when Triple H originally ran it, and maybe even better than that. We know that this fall that NXT is moving from the USN Network to the CW, and he's been doing a great job over there for that brand. So salute to Shawn Michaels. He deserves his credit just as much as Triple H. Triple H has not been involved with NXT. Shawn Michaels been holding this down all on his own. Now, we're going to highlight someone else shortly, but I just want to say that DX is running things around here. They're running things around here, and I don't care what anyone thinks about it. They are doing a thing all over the place. They are all over the place. We can't take that away from Shawn Michaels or Triple H. Now, another person I'm gonna highlight. I know DS mainly is Triple H and Shawn Michaels, but one person I do want to mention, and he's been a key factor as far as WWE corporate and creative and storylines. We'll talk about another person, and he is definitely deserved credit as well. And he's another member that was in DX. We are going to talk about Road Dogg Jesse James. Now he went from producer to executive. The D-O-double-G. So yes, we're going to talk about him now. Now Road Dogg, let's talk about his history and let's see where he's at right now today. Now Road Dogg, he originally started off as a producer. And he was a producer first. He was involved before Shawn Michaels was. But he started with a producer, and he was involved. This was probably, I want to say, I probably would say, if anything, maybe late 2013, 2014. I know Billy Gunn was a trainer in NXT as well. I didn't want to highlight him as much because he's not with WWE. He's AEW. But he did, have some involvement before he was released by WWE. But let's talk about Road Dogg Jesse James. He was a producer. I know he had some health issues too, like Triple H. I'll get to that in a second. Now, he was a producer. He was involved backstage and everything. But later on, and this is while, he had little in-ring competition. They said later in 2016, he was involved with the writing team on SmackDown. And now at this time, this was SmackDown Live. Remember SmackDown Live? This is the era where we had AJ Styles as the WWE champion. We had John Cena, Randy Orton, the late Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose. We had James Ellsworth. In the women, we had Carmella, Becky Lynch. We had women like that, Natalya, etc., etc. Remember when that show was doing well back in 2016, when it was even better than Raw, when the brand split was reintroduced and SmackDown Live was doing its thing, destroying Raw in ratings. Well, Road Dogg was one of the people on the writing team, and I think he's even had a writing team at that time. But anyway, I just want to give him his credit. But he later on became a producer and writer for SmackDown. Then later on, he would be promoted to one of the lead writers for WWE SmackDown. Now, like I said, he will make one-off appearances, get involved with DX, for the reunions, and do little stuff like that, so forth. But we had a little bit of a turning point. Now, after WrestleMania 35, the same WrestleMania where the women main evented, Kofi Mania 2019, he would resign as the head writer of SmackDown Live. And he was supposed to remain a utility player, but in May 2019 to January 2022, he held a position at the WWE Performance Center in which he taught classes on in-ring promos and character development. So during that time, if you wonder why some of the current WWE stars on the main roster that was on NXT during that time, why their promos were good, the character development was very good. We talk about Triple H and later Shawn Michaels. Road Dogg was teaching them the game of how to do promos and character development. Road Dogg was teaching those certain superstars, that men and women. So definitely, Road Dogg has played a hand in this too, involving WWE corporate. Now, he was released by WWE in January 2022, but was later rehired as Senior Vice President of Live Events in August 2022, a position that he currently holds. He replaced the person who held it before him, Jeff Jarrett, and he's currently in AEW. Now, I see a pattern here. I see a pattern with here. Now, we see it with Triple H as Road Dogg. These guys were stressed in their executive positions. They took time off, had health issues. I know Road Dogg, he had health issues as well. I think he if I want to say it, I believe he had a apparent heart attack back in 2021. Actually, the same year Triple H got sick, he was sick too. Triple H had a cardiac incident. Road Dogg had a heart attack. Just want to notate that. But I just want to say, these positions these men hold are not easy to hold. And I want to say a common denominator. I know Shawn Michaels been good, but he wasn't up there yet. Road Dogg, Triple H were. The common denominator was not only was it stress in that position, but it's one person, one individual, one man that they dealt with that led all the stress. And there you have it. Vince McMahon. He caused all of this. And they were both Triple H and Road Dogg. A little bit Shawn Michaels, but mostly Shawn Michaels under Triple H so much, and Vince a little bit, but mostly Road Dogg, Triple H at this particular time were working directly under Vince McMahon, and it led these men to take time off. It led these men to have health issues. It led to these men almost losing their lives dealing with that. So when people say, oh, Triple H don't deserve that, Road Dogg don't deserve that, oh, they didn't do nothing, look what they endured during their tenure in their corporate positions. Both of these men, Triple H and Road Dogg, were going through health issues because it was stressful working under Vince, which is not easy. So we got to give them their due. Definitely got to give them their due. Let's see what they got to say. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yes, people don't realize Road Dogg also plays a very significant role as far as creative and backstage and corporate as well. Not just Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And he is a member of the Generation X. Margaret Ron said, I haven't heard too much about Road Dogg, but great job on highlighting his work. It's great to see and hear former people, wrestlers, running things in the back with their experience before in the ring. No doubt about it. Definitely not an easy thing to do. He couldn't deal with Vince melting. No, Vince is not easy to work for. He was Jared Stooge. Yep, yeah, he was playing that guitar. What's that song, My Baby Tonight? That country thing. Triple H knows how to look out for his people. Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, Road Dogg here. In March of 2021, I'm gonna continue on from when he was sick. After returning from Orlando, he had a heart attack and he was hospitalized. He went to the hospital. He saw a skinny specialist and had a stress test done, and he had also been taking medications for high blood pressure. Did you guys hear that? Not only Road Dogg had a heart attack, it was hospitalized. He had to take medication for the high blood pressure that led to him having a heart attack. So we got to understand what these men go through behind the scenes. This is not on screen, behind the scenes, because this is corporate. But like I said, me, with that being said, these are 3 guys out of DX that was involved within corporate. They're involved in corporate right now. And we got to give these men their due. We got to definitely give them their due. And they don't get enough credit as they should. You know? But like I said, mainly we are talking about these 2 here. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's a given. I gave the highlights of Triple H, his role to where he started to where he's at today. Shawn Michaels, his role from where he started at where he's today, corporate-wise, not in ring, and Road Dogg from his beginning producer to executive. But with that being said, it's safe to say DX runs WWE. They run it. They run the whole WWE. And you guys, anybody that feels a certain way, challenge me on it. Tell me when I'm telling lies, like CM Punk said. That's facts right there.
And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Yes, these guys run WWE. Because with that being said, if you think about it, at the end of the day, not only they run WWE, look what they're doing. Triple H runs Raw and SmackDown. He's involved with that, head of creative. So the show we watch on Raw and SmackDown, the great storylines, the character development, the stories, and the matches, Triple H is head of that creative. Then we have Shawn Michaels on NXT. All the great stuff we see on NXT, the character development, promos, storyline matches. Shawn Michaels is over that. And later we have the live events, the executive live events. So why do live events run so well? If you notice, live events been doing real well too. You know, that's not televised. We hear that the live events be very, very stellar. Road Dogg's in charge of that too. So that's 3 guys at DX. They run the whole thing. And then also, let's talk about it. WWE has set all-time records in the past year. What do I mean by that? We talk about events like the Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania 40, SummerSlam last year, 2023 in Detroit, Survivor Series, all gate time records. The best events have hit records. These guys have set records, man. I mean, something that's not been done even under Vince McMahon regime. It's happened under DX regime. Triple H is doing it. Road Dogg on the side for live events. Then we got Shawn Michaels on NXT holding it down. You know? And this is what makes DX the best faction of all time. And I'm going to say it again. With that being said, DX the best faction of all time. Who is doing the stuff that DX is doing? Backstage. Who is setting all-time records? Also, if you don't believe me, look, I think recently I just heard about this. Triple H has announced 2023 Booker of the Year award. He beat Tony Khan, the head of AEW. He beat him out for Booker of the Year. And Tony Khan's hating on the game. Like I said, don't hate the player, hate the game. And they hating on the game real bad. Real bad. So and like I said, with that being said, since Triple H did do that, Shawn Michaels did it off WWE setting these records. We know that there's no chance of survival. No chance for AEW. No chance whatsoever. None. No chance for them to survive this. I don't see it. No chance.
No chance in hell.
You tell me if Tony Khan is going to get 2024 Booker of the Year. You tell me if Tony Khan, AEW, has set all-time gate records. You tell me if Tony Khan's going to do anything else besides AEW All In 81,000. You tell me he's going to do anything else besides that, because that's all he can hang his hat on. WWE don't have to do that. They can talk about Royal Rumble records, Elimination Chamber records, Backlash records, Money in the Bank record, SummerSlam record, Survivor Series record, Raw all-time gate, the Raw after WrestleMania record, WrestleMania 40, best WrestleMania ever record. What record have AEW done besides All In? And I'm telling you right now, and I said it before, I said it on my other channel, I think I said on Red Carpet Rain, but I'm gonna say it right now. Triple H has a new event for WWE called Bash at the Berlin. It's going to debut this August. Excuse my voice. I'm going in right now. I'm on one, like DJ Khaled. Now, he has an event called Bash in the Berlin. It's going to debut this year, this August to be exact, around the same time as All In. I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to put it on and put everybody on notice. I'm going to say this. As far as numbers go, I'm going to call it right now. And I don't care how people feel about it. That's a fan of this. Bash in the Berlin this year, upcoming, it is the answer to All In. And I will say, numbers-wise, it's going to defeat AEW All In 2024. Bash at the Berlin is the answer to All In. And let you tell me, the guys who do follow AEW, you tell me if All In's going to set a record this year when it go up against Bash at the Berlin. You tell me, because I don't think they're going to do it. Bash at the Berlin's going to defeat AEW All In. And that's not a prediction. That is a spoiler.
And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
So all that Tony Khan talk about All In. I know he did something tonight on Dynamite about the backstage, all that stuff. That's great. That's cool. That's 2023. Let's see you do the same for 2024. That's all I'm saying. Let's see him do that. But back to like I said, DX runs WWE. And not only they run WWE, they're doing a good job at running WWE. And not only that, like I said, Triple H got Booker of the Year. Also, they set records in the past year. Also, DX the best faction of all time. Also, I'm not done. I'm continuing. They better than the Four Horsemen. Knowledge. NWO. Knowledge. Bullet Club. Knowledge. Evolution. Knowledge. The Shield. Knowledge. They better than all those stables. You guys challenge me on that. See what you guys got to say. No faction has ever done that. No, they haven't. They haven't done it. Not run this successfully. Now they run it to the ground. Speaking of which, NWO ruined WCW, and the Elite is ruining AEW. NWO also destroyed TNA too. But I will digress. Yes, they have. And like I said, when you have factions like that, like Gilbert said, to run your company, all I know, it's going to be done, and you're going to hear a little something like this.
Bye-bye, bitch.
you're gonna be sent the door, and the company will be out of business. Now, let's see what else you guys got to say. The locker room, I'll be going in. Ever since that Tuesday NXT win, things kind of changed in the wrestling landscape. Yeah, NXT came up, AEW went down. WWE went up even more, AEW went down. Just arrived to answer this. Triple H, married to the McMahon family bloodline, invited his friend Tomboy Michaels to run NXT. Gerard, you my man, 100 grand, but we cannot play politics into this. This is not about politics. This is a fact. This is not about politics. No. I know some things may be political, but it's not one of these situations where it comes into politics. It don't have to be politics like this.
Spoken and spun like a true politician. I mean,
it's not one of those moments. This is facts. I agree with Miss Gilbert, NXT transition. But salute to you, Gerard, man. Thanks for coming out to the locker room. You're right regarding the parallel. I heard about the whole thing with what the Elite did tonight. I may have to react to that. I'll react to that. I heard it was good. AEW did something great for once. Let's give them a congratulations. You know, let's congratulations to them. They did something great for once. Let's give them an awesome. Let's give them an awesome for that. That was awesome what you did. Let's give them an awesome.
And I'm awesome!
Yeah, they did something great for them. Much salute to AEW. But that's just one thing. You know, in business, they have these words called, what have you done for me lately? And you better do more than that if you want to survive. But like I said, hey, DX is the best faction of all time. They were from the Click, DX, in-ring careers, stables. Now they're running the show. They're running the show. Let's see. Let's see what else you guys say. Yeah, AEW pulled a fast one tonight. Yeah, greetings. You said I have to react to the viral backstage. I'm going to react to that. I'm a little more to that tonight. I just want to highlight DX and the great work they done and how they were so much rebels and anti-authority going against all the authoritative figures from Vince McMahon to Sergeant Slaughter and being just straight clowns and goofballs. Now they run the whole show. Everything's coming full circle with DX. Which women's wrestler was on AEW Dynamite? I haven't watched AEW Dynamite tonight, but I'll have to check and see. You said KDH love all your sound bites. I appreciate that, Gerard. So it was Mariah May versus Sky Blue. Okay. All right. Definitely gotta check that out. I hope Blue won. She lost. They are pushing May Tony. Definitely. Dan Jackson, old school. What have you done for me lately? Yeah, that's how the business is. What have you done for me lately? I like Blue as well, but it wasn't a clean victory. Y'all maybe want to check out all AEW Dynamite. Dynamite, you did something good for once. Congratulations to you. Oh yeah, you're right. What'd you say? You said, I know you mentioned a Corey Graves cheat on his ex-wife. He has a disabled child. Because I know Corey Graves had 3 kids with his ex-wife. One of his children are disabled. Wow, I didn't know that. Oh, that's some good dirty laundry you giving me, man. Good dirty laundry. And with that being said, I gotta pull a Michael Cole finding that out. Not this way. Not this way, Corey Graves. But I'm definitely gonna look into that. I'm gonna definitely highlight their relationship. It's just that segment, bro. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Corey, you messed up, boy. not this way. Yeah, that's not cool at all. But like I say, that's what I was saying. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, these guys are they run this whole business, and they're the best faction of all time. Like I said, they started from the bottom. Now we're here. Literally start from the bottom. I know people may not like that, but it's true. It's true though. There's no other way around that. No other way around it. I love soundbites. I appreciate that, bro. I thought Bray was bold. No, he's worse than Bray. This is way worse than Bray Wyatt's situation. Way worse. Way worse. Way worse. And according to Gerard, it don't sound too good at all. No good at all. Not good at all. All I know, when I do uncover this story, it's gonna hit the fan really, really bad. Really bad.
Shit's about to hit the fan. Shit's about to hit the fan. Shit's about to hit the fan.
It's about to hit the fan. Yeah, it's gonna hit the fan. Oh man, that's not good. Bray did something worse. I don't think Bray committed adultery just like Corey did, but Bray didn't have no disabled children for all I know. Yes, I didn't hear it. But Corey, you know you ain't right. Corey, you ain't right. You ain't right. Carmel tries too hard. She doesn't even have a strong fan following. No, but the man liked the way she looked. They liked the way she looked. Definitely. Yep. But I just got to say for Corey again, like, what were you thinking, man? I mean, what were you thinking, man? Seriously, what were you thinking? That's not good at all what you did, Corey. I mean, I'm thinking about this whole disabled child. All I got to say is one thing about that.
What the?
Yeah, what the F, man? But yeah. That boy left the whole family for JoJo. Yep. You said Roxanne Perez might become. I think so. And with that, since she does come to the main, if she does come to the main roster with the upcoming draft, April 26th, and start on SmackDown later on, that means Roxanne gonna have to lose the NXT Women's Championship that she just won at NXT Stand and Deliver. Definitely. But man, like I said, what do you guys? With that being said, what do you guys think of me highlighting DX and then running WWE? They run the whole industry of wrestling pretty much. They run the whole thing. These guys are it. They are it. They definitely got it. These guys got it though. Salute to these two, man. Salute to Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Let's see what you guys have to say. JoJo and Samantha Irvin look alike. I can't tell them apart. Yeah, well, Samantha's the taller one. JoJo real short. That's one thing I would say. But they do look similar. You got the nice curly hair, nice texture. JoJo just short, and Samantha's taller. Miss Goodbread, I agree. I don't want her on Main Street. She needs more time in NXT. Yeah. I would like for her. She just won the NXT Women's Championship for the second time, and she just started her heel character. But I think that's where they're going to push her. And the reason I know Gerard's right, because she was just on Monday Night Raw. But yeah, definitely it's going to be wild of what they're going to do with Miss Roxanne Perez, the prodigy. She's a great, great character, though. I like the new character. I didn't like so much his baby face, but yeah. Talk about NWA and what they destroyed. That comment. Oh yeah, let's highlight it. NWO did too much politicking. This is what Goodbread's talking about, and not just that. I'll give you one better. The AEW, the Elite, and the NWO, they are bad for business. They are bad for business. And they're bad for business because of what Gilbert said earlier. They caused NWO helped the demise of WCW, World Championship Wrestling. The Elite is bad for business because they help right now currently tearing down AEW, All Elite Wrestling. So yeah, it's definitely bad. It's not good at all. And it's so much NWO and the Elite got one thing in common: ego and pride. They can't let either one of them go. It's gonna ultimately cost them everything, not just their jobs, but a bad reputation in the wrestling industry. But DX don't have to worry about that because DX is not doing. They're doing the total opposite of that. So that's what made DX the best faction. See what else? The heel gimmick doesn't suit her. I said she's a better babyface. Well, I actually like her as a heel though. She's entertaining. It's just as long as they make her a serious heel, not a cowardly heel. I think so too. She's a face. She'll be a babyface again. Paul Heyman's Hall of Fame speech was deep. Okay, yes. You talking about Triple H? Yes, he definitely said some good things about Triple H. Definitely. But NW Elite is bad for business. It's not no good at all. No good at all. And like I said, DX, they run this whole thing. They run the whole thing. And I don't think it would have been where it's at right now if it wasn't for ultimately the demise of Vince McMahon. You know, that's what I feel about it. But definitely not a good thing at all. What do you say? That speech went over my head till night too. Then watched it again. Yeah, Paul Heyman gave Triple H his flowers. He even called by his real name, Paul Levesque, which everybody call him now. So yeah, definitely. They said that the Paul Heyman speech is the most watched speech in the Hall of Fame streaming history. That's amazing. One of the best inductions. He got inducted by a tribal chief, you know. Jim Cornette, Vince Russo, and Eric Bischoff all tried to warn Beta Tony Khan, but he's not listening. Yeah, they've been trying to warn since day one. And also, you can add another name to that hat, Gerard, Al Snow. He's been saying a lot of current things about AEW and warning Tony Khan what's going to happen. As I covered on here in the locker room, what's going to happen if AEW do not get themselves together. What's going to be the consequences? So we can add Al Snow, who currently runs OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling. Tony's a stubborn stand. Definitely. I hope AEW don't become TNA or ROH as the reigns are dwindling. Well, TNA is actually getting better. Yeah, I know that Scott D'Amore's gone, but TNA is actually getting better. It was the Triple H part on it was life lesson he gave his kids. Yep. No, it wasn't just about Triple H. Paul Heyman was talking about, you know, just everything. He went from ECW. He went to him with involved with his role in WWE, managing Brock. He gave Brock Lesnar a lot of flowers. He gave Roman Reigns his flowers, Triple H. Then he mentioned the future, Rhea Ripley, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, all of those people. Definitely. Then Wise Beta, Mad China, Tony Khan, so Stubby's not listening. It's about to be YouTube only. Definitely. No, Tony's just too stubborn. You're right about that. He's just too stubborn. But I do know that it's just going to be over for Tony Khan at some point. It's going to be over for him. At some point, it's going to be over. I don't see it around much longer. At least I don't. You know, because all Tony Khan do is whine. All he do is go on his little rants. And it's rants like this.
I don't care what Edge wants. I'm Seth freaking Rollins. This place revolves around me.
That's all he do is whine like a little baby. and complain. That's all he do. He whines about everything. Tony is spoiled when you don't have to play the game with your cash. You take losses for granted. Yep, that's true. Definitely true. Yep, using his dad money, Shabib Khan, who currently owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yep. Yeah, AEW gonna be done. It's gonna be a matter of time. It's a matter of when at this point AEW falls out with Tony Khan. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be out. It's gonna be out. He's gonna be out the door, and that's it. Out of there, won't be coming back. That's no more of that. I don't see it happening. Nope. It's over. Nope. I know that when AEW is done, at some point, Tony Khan, you're gonna have to acknowledge WWE for defeating you. Acknowledge it.
The whole world will acknowledge me.
You have to acknowledge that at some point. But yeah, this is crazy. And Tony Khan, Gerard said, Mr. Gilbert KDH, Mercedes Moné needs a mouthpiece, and Chris Statlander, her manager, to turn her will and become Mercedes Moné mouthpiece because her promos will ruin her. Mercedes Moné's trash. And honestly, she's average at best. She's not all that. I never thought she was all that to begin with. I mean, I don't care for her. Average at best. Average at best. She's average at best. She's not all that. Average at best. As long as Jacksonville Jaguars continue to sell tickets, he will have pocket money to pay over his youth talent. Yeah. And I know they botch everything. It's not like they perform safe moves in the ring. Matter of time, somebody gets sued, or like what Al Snow said, somebody passes away in the ring. They're down the ring. Mercedes Moné should stop the stripper dance. She ain't gonna stop that. Anything for attention. Willow's becoming a babyface for AEW. Yeah, Willow is definitely talented, and Mercedes is not. Like you say, overrated. Yep. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. That was the best, right? RP Kevin Samuels. But yeah, I don't see none of Mercedes Moné. But, excuse me, I know Tony Khan gonna regret making these coming at WWE. And then when your company closes down, you gonna be feeling like one of these old Dolph Ziggler dudes, feeling all bad, wishing it was you.
And it should have been me.
Yep, it should have been you that had a company. Now you don't have one. So you don't want to feel like that. Not at all. So yeah, I don't know what AEW is gonna do. I don't know what these guys are gonna do to get it right. But they don't get it right, they're gonna be gone. They're gonna be gone. It's gonna be no more company. None whatsoever. So I don't know what they're gonna do regarding this whole situation. They tried some good tonight for once, but that's just tonight. What's gonna do the next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. So seriously, they gotta do something. But meanwhile, while they're doing that, DX will continue to run WWE. Why they gonna run WWE? Because DX is the best fashion of all time. It's solidified it. Tony may have to buy a dog. You know what? With that being said, that is true. I give your due on that one. And I got a new sound bite for you. I haven't used. That right there is definitely knowledge you drop. Knowledge has been dropped. Yeah, that's knowledge right there. Knowledge been dropped. Definitely. Yep. No doubt about it. Miro and John Moxley may return to WWE. John Moxley, I can see happening. Miro, I don't know what they're going to do with Miro. I'm not sure. But it'd be good to see them both come back. I know Aleister Black, who's now known as Malachi Black, and Buddy Matthews, they may come back. I know they have interest in joining the WWE. They want to be on the winning team. Who wouldn't want to be on the winning team? Andrade may join Judgment Day. That's who just came back from AEW, Andrade. I thought Mox was coming back Sunday. Nope, I thought he was too. Oh, man. We all thought it was. How do you feel about Edge's promo last week? You mean that promo he cut about the wrestling? Let's see. I think about that promo. How do I feel?
You actually think you deserve a shot at this? You don't deserve buddy. You actually think you deserve a shot at this?
You don't deserve anything, Edge. You don't have to beg and pander to the audience. You don't have to do that. Too much. Where does Damian Priest go from here? Will Jay Uso be in for the title? Nope. He gonna retain that belt. Nope, not at all. I don't see that happening. Damian Priest, congratulations to him win the title, but I don't see Jay Uso beating him. But then too, I don't know how long he's gonna have a proper title run. Drew McIntyre won't get rid of Damian Priest. No, he has a program with CM Punk who keep costing him the title. He cost him the belt twice. He cost him a shot at the belt and actually losing the belt. No, he has bigger fish to fry with CM Punk. They gonna have it out. Them two gonna have it out, definitely. They're gonna have it out. Yeah. It's gonna be a good feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Definitely a good feud. I can't wait to see what the next step gonna be with those guys. Who will take the title from Damian Priest? The Taker. It could be Drew. Drew's gonna get that belt back. So CM Punk gonna fight him for it. I like Finn. Yep, Finn could do it. Finn could take the belt off him. It could be Finn as well. Drew McIntyre contract expires soon with WWE. I thought his contract was already up and he just resigned. They said on Twitter X that he resigned. I'm not sure. I thought he resigned already for what I've heard. At least I thought so. I thought he resigned. I'm not sure. I thought he resigned already though. But he gonna resign now. He got a title run. He's still around after WrestleMania. I don't think he gonna leave. If Drew got any sense, he gonna stay. He gonna stay with the WWE. Yeah, I think he resigned already. And sorry, AEW, you can't get Drew. He resigned. So sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Nope, not getting that one. Exactly. That's why he's on board. That's exactly why he's on board. Because he resigned with the company. I'm pretty sure they'll make an announcement about it at some given point very soon. Sheamus is coming back. Drew definitely stay. Yeah, Sheamus is coming back to the company. He's going to return to WWE following his injury that he had. What is this I'm hearing? Matt Cross-eyed Hardy's come back to WWE. Yeah, his contract was currently up. He's currently coming back. I heard he may try to come back. I heard he was unhappy with AEW, along with his brother Jeff Hardy. And he said on his podcast, and I think he may come to WWE. We may have thought WrestleMania, but maybe later. But I heard he wants to come back. Yep, I heard he wants to come back for ladder match at 40. Yep. Who you got for the last shot? This is pro wrestling, not NBA. So go to one of those NBA channels and ask them that question. I ain't talking about no Kobe and LeBron up in there. Anyway, Cross-eyed Hardy. Why aren't they pushing in this year as a tag team? I don't think they want to push them. Honestly, Gerard, I don't think they want to push that. His brother can't come back, so he does. I thought Jeff Hardy was on good terms with WWE, so none of that? None? Ivar has been sent to NXT to work with Obafemi. Oh, Ivar was on NXT last night? Man, I got to catch up with everything. I want to watch NXT yesterday's and watch, I can't believe I'm saying it's AEW Dynamite. Got to catch that too. You say you got Kobe. I want to stay on wrestling, but that's cool. I mean, we got their own opinion. But yeah, I didn't know. Gerard, I got a question, man. I got a question, Gerard. What did Ivar do, man? He just showed him on NXT. He was just on Raw the night before. That's wild that he's gonna be on NXT to work with him. All brands are coasting to the draft comes. Yeah, I like Ivar as a singles competitor. Great matches. He had a great match with Kofi Kingston. I know Eric's still going through that. He suffered that neck injury back in November. So I don't know when, if he is going to come back. That I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure when he's going to come back. That will be interesting to see what's going to be next move. But yeah. Ivar challenged Obafemi. Okay, I got you. You made me want. That's just what I'm saying. NXT is putting out great product. Thank you to Shawn Michaels. That's why I say DX the best faction of all time. Hit after hit after hit after hit. Great show after great show after great show after great show. Great PLE after PLE after PLE after PLE after PLE. So definitely. Nothing said as Sunday as just seeing how the chicks can stack. Yep, I agree. What are your thoughts on pushing Ron Reed? Oh, Bronson Reed, he's good. He another good dude. Bronson Reed is dope. Yeah, Shawn Michaels doing a great job. Great job. Great job. I can't say that. I can't stress that enough. How great job he's doing. Definitely great. Yeah, this is a definitely epic. Talking about DX, man. I heard about that. Now that I heard about Final Testament, they're good too. Karrion Kross, AOP, Paul Ellering, and Scarlett. That's a dream team right there. I like Final Testament and Karrion Kross. Big fan. I'm a fan of him too. He like a very strong character. So I'm definitely definitely on board with Final Testament. Yes, Natalya did. They teased it on Raw. Natalya said, "Come to NXT." She's making Roxanne Perez look good. Salute to Natalya as well. Salute to her, definitely. Everyone's looking good on NXT and Raw. Everyone's looking good. Definitely, everyone's looking good, to say the least. But yeah, guys. We've been in for an hour and 19. Man, I noticed that the main roster stars always work with NXT upcoming. Yeah, everybody works together in WWE, and it's not like AEW where they do travelers and they divide the room. Let's go rest of the chat. I love y'all, my wrestling buddies. Really appreciate spending time with you guys. I'm out, fellas. Enjoy your night. Thanks for TBK. Appreciate Good Bread. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you coming out to the locker room. And I'm actually we're hour 20 in, guys. Great show. I highlight tonight, talk about DS being greatest faction of all time, meaning Triple H and HBK. Also, how they went from in-ring competitors to start the stable D-Generation X to now currently, they are definitely went from rebels to the executives. How D-Generation X went from anti-authority to run all brands. Thank you all you guys coming out tonight, showing your support for the Toxic Reign scandal at the locker room. Thank you all, guys. Thank you for support, and we will definitely cover more stuff related to this or relationships. Stay tuned. We'll be doing that as well soon. And 2 videos will pop up for Toxic Reign scandal. First video will be Has Cody Rhodes Become Different? Second video, CM Punk burns Tony Khan big time. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Thank you too, Gerard. Until then, it is OUT.